In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the bullion knot, which is another type of knot to use in embroidery or needlepoint or any other kind of needlework. The first tip in how to do this knot I will share with you is actually with the needle. So I really recommend these Tulip brand bullion knot needles. This is not necessary. You can definitely do a bullion knot with a regular needle, but these help tremendously. And basically the difference between the two needles is, and I'll show you here in a second here, this is a regular tapestry needle and this is a bullion knot needle. So the bullion knot needle is longer. It's also the same sort of diameter all the way from top to bottom, whereas a regular tapestry needle, obviously the eye of the needle is much wider than the tip. So again, bullion knots are definitely easy to do with these regular needles, but the bullion knot needles from Tulip make it much, much easier. So to do a bullion knot, you are going to come up in your canvas and then you're going to go down however long you want your bullion knot to be. So let's say you want your bullion knot to be about this length, you're going to go down in this hole, but you're not going to pull your thread all the way through. You're going to leave a loop just like this in your thread. Then you're going to come back up the original hole you came up and try not to pull your needle all the way up. Again, I think this makes it a little bit easier. This is also why the Tulip needles are great, because they're longer than a regular needle, so there's plenty of room for you to still hold onto your needle down below and have enough to poke through the top of your canvas. So what you're going to do is this loop that you left through, you're going to start wrapping around your needle just in a counterclockwise direction. Keep wrapping around your needle. If you get to the top, you want to scoot it back down, keep it taut, and wrap a few more times. And you want your the wraps around your needle to be approximately the length of your bullion knot. So we're pretty close there. I'm going to add just a couple of more just to be safe. So once you've wrapped it around the sufficient number of times, you want to keep it tight down at the base of your needle. And you can even, what I do is I hold this string tight with my left hand, and then I hold on to the threads like this, making sure to keep them tight around the needle. Then with my right hand, I'm going to push the needle up through the canvas and bring it up. And that will bring any leftover tail you have on the front of your canvas to the back, and it will look sort of like this, keeping that tight. Now, once you've pulled all of that through the front of your canvas, you're going to take the tip of your needle and go back down where you went back down the first time, and this holds your bullion knot in place. Now that looks pretty good. I've got the length really good. Occasionally, if you have a really long bullion knot, you might want to do sort of a stay stitch or a tacking stitch right here at the end again, like right where you came back down through, just to keep it extra secure. Go like this and back down. But it shouldn't be necessary. Again, this is a knot, so it should stay pretty taut in your canvas. I have done some pretty long bullion knots, and then I did sort of a couching stitch and invisible thread to keep it in place. But on these shorter ones, you should be pretty good. And that's how you do a bullion knot.